What up, y'all? It's DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club. Yeah.
We are the original weird niggas from the basement.
It's your boy Haran Hargrave. Stay tuned for another episode of RTS Spotlight.
Shout out to Respect the Shooters. They owe me $100 for that drop. Salute.
A lot of niggas say they your friends, man, but don't support shit you do. Don't get no money with you. I guess me and my niggas is different.
I've been getting money with my team. I just wanna see all my niggas win. Ayy, feeling like I make them chasing dreams. And for my squad, I just want one thing. I want my niggas to win. I want my niggas to win. No, we're making hella bands. Cup in the corner with friends. I want my niggas to win. I want my niggas to win. Everybody diamonds dancing. Everybody got mansions. Came from days in the basement. Me and my niggas ain't had shit. Got $1 in my pocket, that was tragic. Started falling like Jordan, we came upon the Lord. My niggas, we made it go, get more guns, get more dough. We came up from nothing, had to turn nothing to something. Now we only interviewing the curtains, zipping on promoters and feel it working. All my niggas living lavish, all this money never had this. Money harder than a bad bitch, do say pull up in the M6. We had to grind hard, started from the back. Blink my nigga ASAP and he started hustle hats. Blink my nigga Swagger, you know he rap TBP. And I'm a main monster nigga, that's just who I be, yeah. I've been getting money with my team. I just wanna see all my niggas win. Ayy, feeling like I make them chasing dreams. And for my squad, I just want one thing. I want my niggas to win. I want my niggas to win.
What up, y'all? It's your girl Lee, and welcome back to another RTS Spotlight episode. That was that dope Chun-Li video by Chrissy Vance. That girl goes ham. We already seen her at a cypher. We seen her perform at that H2O event, Graf and Friends, and she's just ridiculous. Smallest, hardest rapper I've ever met so far. But today we have a special artist in the building by the name of Saint.
Hey,
hello, Saint. Welcome to the RTS Spotlight couch.
Thank you.
It's a
pleasure to
personal
be here.
couch. You know what I mean? We like to have you comfortable. Where are you from, hon?
I'm from Long Island, New York.
Okay.
Or
And where you living at right now?
right now I'm out in Queens.
Okay, so what do you rep? Yeah, you repping Queens?
Yeah, right now.
Okay, right now. So you move around. Dope.
Yeah.
So now you're an artist.
Right.
Would you like to categorize yourself as a rapper? A lot of people come up here and say they're more of a lyricist or they're more of a writer and stuff like that. I have a lot of producers nowadays because you have to do everything yourself. What do you name yourself as?
I kind of do a little bit of everything. Sort of like a jack of all trades. I produce everything,
Okay.
write everything, but I'm also a lyricist too, so
Dope.
I try to do it all.
Which one out of the three is your favorite?
That's a good question because all three really allow you to express yourself.
Definitely.
And I first started by producing, but just writing. Something about letting people hear your voice and just hearing your music, it's just special to me.
Right.
I think writing is my favorite.
Writing is creative. I think that's different. I don't know. A lot of people don't write nowadays, especially in our generation. You know, we have our new mumble rap generation.
Yes,
So
we
the
do.
mumble rap takes out the lyrics. You know what I mean? But nowadays, if you have lyrics, it's like it makes you very special. You know, it's something that it separates you from a lot of artists when we can relate to your lyrics. Now, what are your lyrics usually about? Do you have a tendency to write about the same things? Are you more of the money and violence rapper? Are you more of the conscious rapper? What do you like to write about?
I like to write about the struggle, just going through a 9 to 5, going through it with your parents, going through it with haters, just people that doubt you, just overachieving and overcoming everything that's put against you. I feel like that's one of the reasons why I started writing and really taking music seriously, because I feel like I have an influence, and I feel like that's my calling, to be an influence to other people's lives. And I feel like when I started out, I was afraid. Like, I was afraid to be in front of people, be in front of crowds, perform. I was afraid to even have people hear my music, honestly.
Right.
But I had to realize, like, that's kind of what it's for. It's for people to judge you, not just, you know.
Music is up for interpretation.
Exactly.
It's always.
And, you know, some people might not like it, but, you know, some people will. And I'm here to help people that don't have a voice. Because I remember feeling like I didn't have a voice. So that's why I make music, for people that don't have a voice or feel like they don't have a voice.
Nice. Now, I never ask too juicy of questions when it comes to people's life stories, because I feel like our struggles in our lives truly reflect through your art. And sometimes those things are unexplainable. But at what age, like how old were you when you kind of felt like, you know what, I need to be heard and this is how I'm about to do it?
Probably a year ago.
Yeah?
Probably a year ago.
Okay.
Because, like, when I was in high school, you know, when you're in high school, you with the boys.
Wait, so how old are you?
Oh, I'm 20. I'm
Okay.
20. Yeah.
20 years old.
So we would be in gym class, you know, we have little cypher sessions or whatever.
Yeah, classic.
But I think I started taking it seriously after a car crash. I was
Okay.
in a car crash, I almost lost my life. And the car flipped 5 times. I was with my mans at the time. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And we crawled outside the car. It was upside down already. We crawled out, and once I looked at the car, I was like, yo, like, I'm here for some kind of purpose that I have not fulfilled yet.
Wow.
And I've always had, like, this thing for writing. And I figured this is what it was. This is my
time.
calling. Yeah.
Stop. Literally, like, I don't know how many people come across those situations, but especially people our age and our age bracket, like car crashes, people don't understand how serious they are. And it's like a blessing that you could just really, you had your stop moment to look at this situation and be like, okay, bet, time to get to work.
Exactly.
Now, do you have a team behind you yet? You've been working for about a year now.
Right.
Seriously, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's your progress with your team? Do you have people supporting you? I know you have a manager.
Yeah. I do have a group of people that support me, that are very
Okay.
close to me. I also used to promote parties with the Plug Show,
Dope.
so I have some support from them as
Dope,
well.
yes. You
Yeah.
know them? Okay, cool.
Yeah, we used to throw a lot of parties, so I have a lot of connections there. I know a lot of people in that industry, in the party industry.
Right.
But overall, I have a good close-knit group of friends that support me. Yeah.
Right. Good. Now, you said your music is definitely more relatable. Do you feel like it's targeting a certain crowd? Especially, you know, now that with a year now, as you make music, definitely you start to do your shows, you start to meet certain crowds of people. You've been doing shows. You just told me you had a show the other day. How was that? Where was that at?
It was good. It was at Escapes. It was in New Jersey, Patterson.
That's dope.
Shout out to New
What was
Jersey.
that crowd like? Yes, shout out to Jersey. Okay, Bergen County. Woo. All right. But how was that? Like, how was that crowd in Jersey?
That crowd was actually good. You know, it was a lot different for me. It was definitely the most energetic performance for me. And I was definitely vibing with the crowd too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard. It's like when the crowd ain't really rocking with you.
Yeah, you still gotta.
You just
still
gotta
get
push
it done.
through.
Yeah.
You gotta push through that joint. How do you prepare for shows?
Honestly,
Is it like a mental thing, or is it like you just walk around in a chain all day and you're like gold jaws?
I kind of just run through it in my head and just say, like, you know, I'm here and I have to let my presence be known. Like, this is a process. It doesn't, you know, it's not something that I can just, you know, speed up, you know. Performing in front of people that may not know my music yet, so, you know, they might not be that engaged. I have to be able to combat that and say, I'm here, pay attention and listen, so you can really hear the words. And then once they hear the words, that's when they can connect.
That was a nice process. That was a nice process, but that's very strategic. I've never even like had someone break it down like that. Just the connection from like the listener to the artist. That's dope. Who are your top 3 favorite artists, dead or alive?
Oh man.
I know this is a hard one.
Oh, this is a hard question.
You can take your time on this one, and you can even explain why if you have to.
Yeah.
But you're only picking 3.
I would have. Do I have to give the order too?
Nah, you can do off the top of the dome.
Cool.
Order's kind of hard.
All right, let's say
that's
one.
Debatable.
I'm gonna say number 1 is Biggie. I gotta give it to Big.
Respect.
That's self-explanatory though. That's just big.
No, actually, since you're a lyricist, I want to hear your explanation for the Biggie situation.
So for Biggie Smalls, I really study his flows a lot.
Okay.
And he's somebody that has so many different flows, and he really perfected his craft.
Right.
And I also really mess with his background too. If anybody has seen Notorious, the movie, if you don't really know about Biggie, but he really came from the bottom, and he changed his life around. Like for me, I know I'm not a perfect person. I've done things in the past that, you know, weren't aligned with what I was meant to do.
Right.
And I had to have a self-awareness moment and be like, all right, you want to live a certain type of life when you're older, and you want your family to live a certain type of life. And you need to be able to provide for them. You need to be there for them.
Right.
So I needed to make a change in myself and really take the necessary steps to like progress forward. So that's why he's really like number 1.
That's what Biggie would do to you. People don't understand. Biggie is more than just his slurs.
Word.
Who's your second?
My second, low key, I'm gonna have to say Kanye. But I gotta give it to Kanye.
Besides the Trump
that's a fact.
All that stuff to the side. Musician-wise, talk about Kanye here for me, Saint.
So me as a producer, like I study Kanye heavy, like from the beats to the chops, the samples, everything. Like just having the vision. Because honestly, what really got me started into music is when I was in high school. Like I would hear a song, and in my head, I would think about doing it differently, like on the spot. But I didn't know how to produce at the time. I would just think of it in my head.
Wow.
And then when I kind of just, you know, let my mind just take over, I just downloaded this beat production program, FL Studio, and then I just started creating works.
Wow.
And it just came together. So
that's dope.
The fact that he can not only just chop up beats, but he can coordinate with teams and collaborate with people, that's a skill, in my opinion. I really feel like that's a skill, to be able to work with people. And he collaborates with people to create the best sound. And then on top of all that, he just kills it. When he's rapping, he kills it every time.
I agree.
So that's why he gets his number 2 spot.
Number 2 spot. Beautiful. Number 3. What a nice lineup. This is a very classic lineup, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people come up here with, there's so many different things, you know what I mean? And especially like last week, we had some people who were definitely more conscious rappers. So I get like the J. Cole's and the stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this is dope. Let's see your number 3. I'm kind of curious now.
Oh, man. My number 3.
We had Biggie, followed by
All the
Kanye,
time.
followed by...
Oh, man. This is the last option. This is
the last one.
For right now, I'm going to have to say Jay-Z.
Okay.
I'm going to have to say Jay.
Okay.
I would say Drake, but it's not his time yet.
It's not his time right now.
Not yet.
He's a seasonal
killing it
fish.
right now, though.
Yeah.
But of all time, I got to give it to Jay. Only because he's shown me a lot about being an individual in the music industry. Because honestly, what I plan on doing is influencing people's lives. And music is my primary method of doing that right now. But I also want to do other things as well for people. So for me, I want to help the youth, because I feel like the youth is the future. So a lot of people, they grow up just thinking like, yeah, like I need to be the flyest person ever. Like I got to do this, that, and the third so I could be cool. But Jay-Z talks a lot about his mistakes, and he talks about being human, and he owns up to those things. And I feel like not a lot of artists really do that. So I think that's one interesting thing about him. But the other thing is that he drops knowledge, like real life knowledge.
Real life shit.
Yeah, and he does it in a way that's different than artists like J. Cole. Like, he does it in a way that everyone can relate to in a way. For example, on the 444 album, when he talks about cheating on Beyonce, like I think it takes a lot for him as a person to not only own up to something like that, but to say something like that on an album that's gonna go down as a classic.
Yeah. Oh, for real.
Like, yeah. Like, I think that really means a lot. So that's why he gets number 3.
Now, that was an awesome lineup. I feel like the lineup always helps the fans really get to know you as an artist, because it's like meeting a new person for the first time. You know what I mean? If you guys have the same food, it's like you go on that date to Chinese, and then you're like, you like the dumplings like me. Like, then you like friends forever. So I feel like now people are going to tune into you because they're going to hear now your Biggie mentality when you put out a song, or your Kanye conscience when you're producing. You know what I mean? Now, nice classic question, please. I always ask, what was your favorite cereal growing up?
Gotta be Cinnamon Toast Crunch, man. Gotta give it to Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I gotta make like a polling, because like Cinnamon Toast Crunch is like up there.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch always held it down.
Is it because it's just mad sweet?
It's sweet, it's cinnamony, like it just mixes well with the milk. It doesn't
I
get
heard
too
it's
soggy.
the after milk.
Yeah, it doesn't get too soggy.
I don't know. I had some soggy Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah.
It's probably because I left it too long.
I'll be finishing my food.
It didn't even make it in there.
Yeah.
Now, you said one thing you like about Jay-Z, right, is that he's very relatable when it comes to human nature mistakes. How deep do you think you can go, or how open do you think you can go with your life? Because your music is like that, you're relatable. But like, for instance, like, could you really go into detail if you cheated on your wife or really made a big life-changing mistake? Because that's why I can't be an artist. Like, once your life is out there, once you pop, you like, there's no turning back. You know what I mean? So how far are you gonna go?
Honestly, I'm a very transparent person.
Okay.
A lot of people think that I'm like mysterious or something like that, but
You have mysterious eyes, but
like through my music, I really want to connect with people and show them who I really am. So I'm willing to go 100%, 110%, because, for example, if I were to cheat, which I would never do, I hate the concept of that, but I need to be honest with myself so that I can be honest with others. I can't lie to myself when I'm
That's
writing.
facts.
I need to have the pen in my hand and just let my mind go. And I can't really try to shy away from anything that I've done that I thought was bad. Like, honestly, like, it's life. People make mistakes, but we have to grow, we have to evolve and change. So just writing that and putting that in my music and allowing my fans to see that is going to connect with them as well, because they're going to see that, all right, if he can make mistakes
Right.
and change, then I can make mistakes and change. And that's one of the biggest things that I want to really put forward.
Nice. I respect that. I feel like
Thank
you
you.
need music like that because, I don't know, I'm one of those people. I don't like the hottest stuff. I like, you've seen us jam before this. Like, I like the classics. I like stuff that just, like, is always going to be real. Like, that you could just always sit down, whether you mad, just broke up with somebody, just made money. You could relate to it at all times. So now, what's your goals? You are a new artist. You're coming up. And, I mean, the biggest thing now with social network is the shows. Everybody's doing shows and just releasing singles. With the releasing, are you more of a single type? Are you going to work on albums? Are you going to work on mixtapes? What's your writing process and release process like?
The release process, it kind of just depends. Like right now, I'm dropping singles, but I'm working on an EP right now. We're putting the works together for that.
Okay.
And once everything is in place, I'm going to have a mixtape coming out soon after that. And then after the mixtape, maybe 2 mixtapes, that's when I really want to drop an album.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, is it in your plan? Do you want to get signed? Signing wise, do you want to get signed to a big label? Are you looking to stay independent?
Honestly, I just want to make the best decision for me. So if a label were to come and give me a $3 million deal or something like that, it just depends. It depends on all the extra stuff, because there's a lot of strings attached sometimes. So whatever would work out best for me in the long run and with my vision, then that's what I would decide to do. But for right now, I'm staying independent, keeping my freedom right now.
Right.
Not, saying anything bad about labels, but I gotta just explore my options right now and just see what my possibilities are.
Now, the biggest thing about contracts, though, it definitely puts artists, on like a rules and regulations schedule. You're not able to be as branching out as you want, definitely, with other artists, different entities, different businesses and stuff. But one thing about it is writing-wise. Now, you're a writer, and nowadays, everybody just has writers for them. Would writing be a specific regulation in your contract, you think? If a label came to you saying, all right, label's coming to you, we're giving you $3 billion quadrillion, a Colombian shorty with thick thighs will be in the dressing room, you got your own RV, but you can only write 1 out of maybe 10 of the songs in your album.
Couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it?
Nah.
Not
I
feeling that.
gotta write everything, because again, like, my goal is to really connect with people.
Right.
And I need to give them me. It needs to be 100% me. So I can't have any ghostwriters or
It's not happening.
people.
You're
Yeah, I can't
authentic.
have none of that. It has to be all me, just raw.
Nice. Now, do you have someone you're writing for? A lot of people, get back to their mom who was like the single mom and just pushed through life and stuff. Is there anybody you feel like you're doing this for besides yourself?
Well, originally it was for my mom, because that is the role that she really played in my life.
Nice.
Growing up, it was really just me and her. And that's like my best friend. So that's my whole heart. But soon after I got to college, I'll say, that's when I started thinking, and I was like, all right, I do it for her and I do it for me, but who else do I do it for? And I had to think about that. And I said, everybody leaves at some point. Everybody leaves this earth. So when my mother leaves this earth, God forbid, that day will come. But who will I do it for? And that's why I started going even harder, because that's when I realized that I'm going to have a future family, and I need to be able to provide for them. And be able to teach them, even through my music, the lessons that I'm giving everyone else. I need to be that type of influence to my future kids too.
Right.
So that's one of the reasons why I really go hard right now, because I'm anticipating being a father at some point in life.
Right.
And I really want to be able to set a good foundation for them so that they don't have to worry about anything, you know?
That's facts.
Yeah.
That's dope. Well, I mean, you're also definitely a role model. I think you'll see it more as you transform as an artist. You're definitely a role model to those people that you don't know are your fans yet. You know what I mean? And they're watching and they're listening and even watching your come up. That's the coolest part, is when you're an artist that people can relate to, they watch your come up and they like sit quietly, like they cheer for you like in the stands, and as soon as you pop, they like got you, like like the J. Cole fans will forever have him, because it's just like, we were there and we respect it.
It's a movement.
That's dope. So besides your, you know, future realistic plans, do you have any 5-year, 10-year maybe plans where you see yourself in the music industry? It could be producing wise, writing wise, artistry wise.
I really want to work with some big names from New York, because honestly,
throw them out. Do you know who you do? Do you know who you want to work with?
Production wise, I definitely want to work with Harry Fraud.
Okay.
I respect Harry Fraud heavy, study him a lot.
Definitely talented.
I would definitely love to work with Jay Critch. I don't know about Takashi, maybe.
Okay.
You know, if we
He's an
would've-
artistic individual.
He is, that's what I'm saying.
Up for
because
debate on music, but very artistic individual.
as long as the beat matches up, then
Right.
you know, I'm with it. Because honestly, I'm trying to change New York. Like, I'm trying to change the dynamic. New York has a stereotype right now where it's like, if you need my help, I'm thinking, all right, what's in it for me? But honestly, I feel like if one of us wins, then we all win. And in the music industry as a whole, like, if somebody wins, then we all win, because music is influence. Like, music is one of the biggest influences for everyone on a daily basis. So to be able to take something, a work of art, and change somebody's life, like, that's crazy. And that's why I really fell in love with it, because not only do I get to express myself, but I get to relate and connect with everyone else that's going through what I'm going through.
Right.
And that's like the most magical thing about it.
You are a very powerful individual.
Thank you.
Saint. Definitely a dope artist. Definitely very different. I remember, this one guy came up here and said he was making music for his future wife. And it was funny because he said it was like his process of his music, like he was writing for a purpose. You're definitely out here for a purpose. Is there anything that is coming up for you? Any shows that you're going to be performing in coming up?
Right now,
any music that's dropping?
I have a new song that's dropping very soon.
Okay.
It's unreleased. It's called Last Supper.
Okay.
So everybody watch out for that.
Yes.
But I also have some shows coming up. I have
Okay.
a show in August coming up. It's a Red House Showcase.
Dope.
Yeah, that's going to be happening in NYC. So for right now, I'm mainly just in the studio 24/7, cooking
Just
up
working.
beats, 24/7 working. Even though a lot of the times, because I'm working 24/7, but I'm not always on my phone 24/7, people might think like, you know, like, what's he up to?
Yeah.
But don't worry, I'm working
You're
all the
cooking.
all the time.
You're cooking. You gotta do like me. You gotta go on live sometimes. That live thing is
Yeah.
awesome. It gives like all the weird nosy people like a chance to get inside your life for like 5 minutes.
Word.
It's good. Now, what's your Instagram so we can keep up with you, and any other social networks that you're on? Please shout them out.
My Instagram is Pray for Saint, PrayForSaint. Pray for Saint. That's my Instagram. That's my main platform. You can catch all my music there. You can follow me on SoundCloud at Hollow Saint, HALLOWSAINT.
Dope. Now, last but not least, always a good question to ask. In 10 years, right? Where you at? What are you doing? This is like when they do like the flashback, when you're like doing your mind.
In 10 years.
And it's okay, because it's funny when you watch this interview, your first interview back 10 years from now. You're going to, even 5 years from now, you're going to see how the process went. But we'll start up the process because we trust it. So where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years, I see myself in a youth center. I'll explain.
Please do. You're gonna be 30, by the way, so you'll have like a nice, like full-grown beard.
Yeah,
everything. Still have the waves. You know what I mean? As long as you keep the coconut oil going. You know what I mean?
Word, but I see myself with kids. I want to work with kids and open up youth centers.
Dope.
Because I feel like from an early age, kids are really told what to do and what to be in life and what they should like. I want to open up a youth center that has everything you can think of. So if a kid named Jimmy wants to play the trumpet, we got a music room in there. You know what I mean? If somebody wants to do graphic design and the classes that they're taking in high school or middle school don't have that, it's okay, because after school, you finish up the homework and then you get to work on whatever you need to work on. I want to do stuff like that, keep people out of all the negative things that life throws at us, you know? So that's where I see myself in terms of influencing people. And I also see myself on stage in front of thousands of people. I had a dream the other night.
Yes?
Yeah,
I love dreams. Talk
that's
about
when
it.
I know it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was in front of thousands of people just performing, just having fun, man. And that's really where I see myself.
Having a good time. You're gonna be amazing. Saint, I've never met anyone like you, can say that myself, and I've never seen someone's uptown so clean to match the white tee. This is Saint. Please go make sure you follow him on his social networks, and please check out Last Supper.
Yep.
Last Supper is coming soon. He's got an EP in the works. He's cooking up. And if you're an artist that wants to work with him too, producing wise, writing wise, hit him up. See what's up with him. If you haven't met him before, reach out to him. And if he doesn't answer, it's probably because he's in the studio. But he gonna answer later. You gotta make sure you do answer later.
Yeah.
All right? Y'all already know Saint. Thank you for coming through today.
Thank you.
It was our pleasure with RTS. Another RTS Spotlight episode. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week.
Get the camera. Get they get no work. You don't take over the show. You're the invisible crew. You know that, right? Hey, extras, this can't be a show. Otherwise, it's on your thing.
Yeah, you're right.
I can't wait.
The LeAnn show. What's up, brother, man?
What's good? How's everything? Everything good?
Good, good. We'll give y'all a pound in there.
Bang, bang.
Right? Wasn't that painful? But I definitely feel like I got to know you. My goal with interviews is making sure I know you before you leave, so that if you ever hit me up ever, you would like, oh, you were the dude that like that's but you know what I mean? Because that's what these fans are doing. You just gotta remember that these niggas around you, these bitches around you, they all just here for the clout. So you gotta preserve your talent. And I only say this like a parent. Like I know it's like super emotional, but you're 20 years old. I'm 26. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
We have the advantage because
right. What up?
fuck you. I don't even know.
I come from going. Yo, this is good. You yeah.
You gotta especially respect
you always feel down to get ready to go.
I'm trying to bring it here. And then get the stop from this.
Make sure you have fun. And if you smell fuck shit,
Word up.
because the only way you can get the respect out here is if you smell fuck shit and keep it pushing. Right?
That's how it works.
Okay.
We do shows all the time and we see people that.
And your age, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you
That's
know.
why, actually, damn, because you're very humble and you have your shit together. But just remember, if you gotta take a break one day,
Where the crew at?
hit nobody up because you don't know who to trust, who to fuck with, what the reason is going on, take your week off, marinate, relax.
Keep on writing.